When a company initiates a hiring freeze, it's a better alternative to a layoff, but still doesn't feel too good for the employees. Over the last year, coming out of the pandemic, there was a huge pent-up demand for workers. Companies desperately sought out candidates and aggressively hired. Sectors, such as tech, were adding staff throughout the virus outbreak, as business accelerated their pivot toward going from the physical world to online. A confluence of record-setting inflation, supply chain disruptions, a war in Eastern Europe and the Federal Reserve Bank raising interest rates contributed to fears of a recession. The stock and cryptocurrency markets plummeted, adding another set of worries. In response to this new and uncertain environment, companies enacted hiring freezes. Tech giant Google offered a gloomy outlook. In an email to employees on Tuesday, Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Alphabet, the parent company of Google, told his staff to go about their jobs with greater urgency, have a sharper focus and act in an entrepreneurial manner. According to Pichai, the company will slow the hiring pace, which is a nice way of describing a hiring freeze. The undercurrent was that they needed to make things happen to keep their jobs. It's not an idle, subtle threat, as tens of thousands of workers have been downsized in the tech space. It's rational for businesses to slow down or stop hiring when the future looks rocky. It's safer for executives to hit the pause button instead of continuing to hire, only to lay off people if things turn for the worse. For conservative leadership, a hiring freeze will save money, as new employees won't be onboarded. It also sends a message to workers that their jobs are somewhat tenuous and they must pull their weight. Microsoft said in May that it would slow hiring in its software group. Meta also declared that month a hiring freeze for some teams. In an email to CNBC, a spokesperson said, "We regularly reevaluate our talent pipeline according to our business needs, and in light of the expense guidance given for this earnings period, we are slowing its growth accordingly." Twitter, Intel, Lyft and Snap also followed suit with hiring freezes. Uber CEO Dara Khosrowshahi advised employees that the ride-sharing company will treat hiring as a privilege and be deliberate about when and where to add headcount.